It's 6 p.m. here at the warehouse and I haven't packed a single box today. I haven't answered a single customer message, and actually I only just got here just because I figured it would make a slightly better backdrop than my usual kind of office at home. And yet my Amazon FBA business has already made me 1,300 quid today, completely on autopilot. I'm talking about a business that generates me over £30,000 a month in profit without needing to be glued to a screen 24/7. How? By building systems, by outsourcing the grind, and most importantly, by using LiveCops. So today I'm going to break down exactly how I've automated every key part of my business so that you can do the exact same thing. So let's get into it. So let me break down the 4 key areas of almost any Amazon business. So first up, you got sourcing. So this is the actual kind of finding the profitable products to sell on Amazon. In my case, I'm mostly buying from retailers because I do online arbitrage. In a lot of businesses like my own, people like me are just kind of scouring the internet, trying to find the best deals at retailers. Now, though I do still do this every now and then, and I have obviously done it in the past, nowadays it's mostly done by my team of VAs in the Philippines. They're absolutely phenomenal in what they do. They're working 40 hours a week for me, and they're constantly finding me the best products to buy for my business. Now, the second part is prep or shipping. Basically the process of receiving those goods from the retailers, labeling them up, sticking them in a box, and sending them off to Amazon. So I'm here today at the wonderful All Things Prep. This actually isn't my warehouse, but that's actually a good thing because it means that I don't have to pay for staff, I don't have to pay for the huge overheads of rent, electricity, all this kind of stuff. It's all outsourced to another company. I'm lucky enough that this prep center just happens to be round the corner from my house, and they let me come and record a video here every now and then. But basically they just charge me 50p per unit for every unit that travels through their prep center. So they receive all the stock for me, they prep it, they send it off to Amazon, and I don't have to lift a finger. All I have to do is just update a spreadsheet that tells them what they're expecting to receive, and they do all of the rest. Now, when I first started Amazon, for the first few months, I was just doing it all myself, or just self-prepping, doing everything myself, and I literally got to the point where I was spending like 12 hours a day labeling stuff up, packing boxes. I was just through with it. After a month or so, I was like, I can't be doing this all the time. This is way too time consuming. And that's when I found All Things Prep, outsourced to them, and haven't looked back since in all the years I've been doing this. Not to mention, I think it would actually be downright impossible for me to do this all by myself because of how big the operation has got. But yeah, absolutely love these guys. And if you're gonna outsource your prep, I definitely recommend doing it within a few months of starting. Don't fall into the trap that some sellers do where they're just like, oh no, I've got to save the money. I've got to save that 50p per unit and do it all myself, because it's not just that 50p per unit that you're saving. You're also saving the huge amount of time that you're wasting packing boxes when you could be finding more products or finding other ways to scale the business. That opportunity cost is the real cost, and why paying that 50p is so worth it. You know, if you're selling an item where you're making 5 quid, 10 quid, 50p is nothing for the freedom that it gives you. Then you've also got the customer service and the actually like shipping the products to the customers, dealing with returns, and that whole side of things. That is where Amazon comes in. With FBA, it's fulfilled by Amazon. So basically you just take all your products, you stick it in a box, you send it off to Amazon's warehouse. They will store those products for you. They will then sell the products, they'll ship the products to the customer, they'll deal with any of the returns that you have. They do everything pretty much. It is extremely rare I have any messages from customers. I don't really have to deal with anything customer facing, which is brilliant. If you're watching this and you've been an eBay seller previously, as I have myself, you know how much of a pain customers can be and how much of a lifesaver it really is not having to deal with those people yourself. And finally, account management. It's just something that you've got to keep on top of with Amazon, just kind of dealing with silly things that they make you do, chasing up kind of missing stock, stuff that goes missing in transit, all those just kind of boring admin tasks. And again, you can just get a VA to do all of that. So I've got 2 admin VAs that are full-time on dealing with absolutely everything. The only thing that I do nowadays is just hit buy on the stock, because I would think that that's the one thing you can't outsource. I think it's good to always have the final say on what your money gets spent on, pretty much, purely because it's your money at the end of the day. You want to be knowing that you're confident in that purchase. But absolutely every step of the business I have outsourced. So now I've explained kind of an overview of how things work. Let me explain how you can do the same. So first of all, let's talk sourcing. So my number 1 recommendation for anyone that is looking to outsource the sourcing is hire a VA. So I use Amazon Training Hub. You can see on screen now their kind of pricing and everything and how it works. So definitely pause and have a read through that. There'll also be a link to this form where you can actually apply for Amazon Training Hub. But basically, just go through them. They're based in the Philippines. They'll hire you staff out there. They'll train them up on everything that they need to do so that you don't need to do the training yourself, which is massively time saving. It just ensures you're hiring someone that actually knows what they're doing and it's not just kind of a random person that might struggle to understand you. And yeah, definitely highly recommend these guys. There'll be a link on screen now with a QR code for this form and down in the video description as well. But yeah, it really is as simple as that. You just go through an agency like Amazon Training Hub and you get your staff member. And if there's any problems with them, you'll be able to kind of chat to the agency, get a replacement person. They're really, really great. Now, when you hire through Amazon Training Hub, these VAs are already going to be trained in kind of the more basic sourcing methods like manual sourcing, storefront sourcing, and everything else. But it's obviously also great if you can kind of bestow upon them your knowledge of sourcing. And I actually also give my access to LiveCops. So LiveCops is a Discord server where essentially they're just posting a huge amount of product leads for Amazon, as well as just for eBay and all sorts of stuff. It's just a massive reselling Discord server. So as part of that, they've got bots that monitor the internet, ping profitable deals. They've also got staff in there that are constantly looking to provide more deals for the members. So I'll just give you a brief preview. So here, for example, this is the Genius Quagita Picks channel. So this uses AI to automatically run through a wholesaler called Quagita, and it automatically flags up any deals that are profitable to sell on Amazon. You can see it gives you the profit and ROI, the sales per month, the deal score, little kind of text telling you kind of what's good and bad about that product. I have my VAs checking this channel so that they can kind of manually review this stuff, because obviously the bot isn't perfect. They'll manually review these deals, and anything that they think is worthwhile, they'll then flag up to me so I can buy it. They'll also keep an eye on stuff like the Members Flips channel, where other LiveCops members are always kind of posting leads. You can see a couple examples here from the wonderful Aiden FBA. Hopefully he's watching this video. But yeah, in here there's a huge amount of leads, so I have my VA scanning through that and just kind of flagging up anything that's worth buying. Now, where it definitely gets really, really cool is where auto checkout is a thing. So for some of the deals that they're posted in LiveCops, they're Amazon to Amazon deals, which is basically where you're buying from Amazon to sell back onto Amazon at the full retail price. It's where you're just grabbing stuff at a discount. And they've got AI powered software similar to the wholesale channel with Quagita that I showed you earlier. But with these deals here, they'll all be automatically purchased with a bit of software called Chaos, which means you literally just set it up once and it will buy you all these deals automatically. Obviously, still you can have that manual say on things before they dispatch. You can manually reject or approve orders, but it just means that all the stuff posted in these channels, you don't even have to watch. You don't even have to get your VAs watching it. It's just automatically purchased for you. I mean, this one, for example, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's already figured out like the 90-day average, how much profit you're making when you're buying at this price point, which looks close to like £22-ish or something like that, something ridiculous. You see how much ROI and profit you're making, and it sells 50 times a month. And this would have been automatically purchased for me without lifting a finger. And it's that level of automation that I really strive to have in my Amazon business. I don't want to be glued to my screen all the time. I want stuff just bought for me. Whether that VA's doing the hard work for me in the Philippines or fully automated software solutions just like this. Now, when it comes to prep centers, it's super easy to get set up with those if you want to have them handling all your shipping and logistics. I definitely recommend All Things Prep because it's just the one that I use, but there are loads of different prep centers out there. There'll probably be a link on screen now for the All Things Prep website. It's not sponsored, I do just recommend them. And that side is just super easy. I mean, chat to All Things Prep, they'll help you get actually set up with all of that thing. But yeah, chat to All Things Prep, they'll help you get set up as a client if you are interested in that side of things. But I won't dive into it in too much detail in this video because I'll just keep it short and sweet today. Then the customer service side of things, Amazon deal with all of that for you, so that's not something you really need to stress about. It's just part of FBA, and there's not really much to be said about it other than you need to just make an Amazon account, make sure you're shipping your items as FBA. It really is that simple. You just send it off to Amazon, they deal with everything else. And then when it comes to account management, the last kind of jewel on the crown to automate as such, it just goes back to Amazon Training Hub really, where you hire through an agency like that. You're going to hire an admin VA. Often you can even get VAs that know how to source as well as do the admin. So it's quite common for some people where they have their VA doing maybe sourcing 3 times a week or 3 days a week even. And then for the other 2, they'll be doing the admin side of things. So there you have it. That is how my business runs itself right here from this warehouse. And it's only possible because I've automated the entire process. So I know it does sound a bit too good to be true, but it's not. It is just a result of building a smart business with the right tools. And obviously, if you're starting Amazon and you're completely fresh, you're gonna have to do that same thing for at least 6 months or so and then you can just outsource it. That might sound kind of time consuming or boring, but think about it. People put themselves through 4 or 5 years of uni just to get a job working for someone else. And I'm saying that if you work for just 6 months and put in 110% effort, you can slowly outsource what you're doing until you get to the point where a few years on, you're in my position where you're making like 30 grand a month and every menial task is outsourced. All you got to do is an hour or so a day's work just purchasing the right products. And for all of this, LiveCops really is the ultimate shortcut. In LiveCops, they'll literally help you set up your Amazon FBA. They'll help you form a limited company. They'll help you find your first profitable product, all completely for free. And if you want to scale and automate like I have, their premium membership gives you the access to the bots and tools and the mentorship to do it, just like I showed you earlier. So head down to the video description down below and join LiveCops today. Stop overworking and start building a business that works for you. I'll see you in the next one.